Hey, what's happening, Disney Reviews? Me, the Guy01, and welcome to this week's Versus episode on the Walkthrough channel. This week, it's Rey Mysterio against Rey Mysterio Jr., father versus son. No, not really. I forget why. I know Rey called himself Rey Mysterio Jr. because that was his uncle's wrestling name, and his uncle was the one who trained him, so it's kind of like in honor of him. And then when he came to WWE, he dropped the junior part of it. And now he's just, now when people say Rey Mysterio, they think him. But it is our weekly birthday versus. Oh, I need to update that. Rey's not the US champion anymore. I gotta fix that. I don't remember the last time I updated who holds the titles in this game. I've been so busy the last few months actually, that I literally only ever played this game now when I'm filming a video. So I don't really mess with it outside of videos. It's funny actually, I recently went back through a bunch of the old WWE 2K games that I have because I was deleting stuff to clear up space on my Xbox One, and it's funny seeing who's the champion in those games. Like seeing like AJ Styles as United States champion, or what was one? It was like the Bar as tag team champions. It's funny stuff like that, or seeing like teams still together. It's just kind of funny seeing that. But yes, it is our weekly birthday versus. We only had 2 birthdays this week. Of course, we had Rey Mysterio's birthday on December 11th. He turned 49. Yes, Rey Mysterio is almost 50. Which I cannot believe that. I mean, wow. But it also makes sense when you think about how long Rey's been doing this. I mean, he's been wrestling since like what, early mid-90s, since he was a teenager. I mean, he's been in WCW. He was in WCW since like '96, so that was 27 years ago. So yeah, 22 years old. Anyway, the other birthday that happened was actually today. It was Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee's birthday would have been today. He would have turned 44, and it's crazy to think that it's been 3 years since he's passed now. I mean, I feel like that was like a recent thing, but no, it's been over 3 years, which is even crazier now. Ooh. Alright, moving on to Raw and SmackDown. Raw began with Drew McIntyre beating Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley beating Maxine Dupree in what was basically a squash match. I mean, it was so obviously a squash match they didn't even bother putting the title up. So, I guess we don't have to worry about holding our breath for Maxine Dupree gain a title shot any soon, based off of this match. CM Punk came out with Adam Pearce to confirm that he is signing with Raw, which is something I feel like we called a couple weeks ago. Basically, as soon as Randy Orton signed with SmackDown, we were like, okay, we see how this is going to go. SmackDown's going to get Orton, Raw's going to get Punk. So we called that pretty soon. So yes, CM Punk signed with Raw and then was confronted by World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. In this segment, Punk then made his bid for the Royal Rumble, basically saying he's going to win the Royal Rumble and then challenge Seth for the world title. So now the Royal Rumble's getting real interesting, because, I mean, ever since last year we thought it was going to be Cody's going to win the Royal Rumble, back-to-back Royal Rumble wins, challenge Roman Reigns again, and then this time he's going to beat Roman Reigns for the Undisputed title. Well, then LA Knight became the most popular person in all of wrestling this past year. So it's like, okay, maybe LA Knight's going to win the Royal Rumble. And if he does, which champion is he going to challenge, Reigns or Seth? And now we've got CM Punk returning. It's like, okay, so maybe Punk's going to win. And then if he wins, who is he going to challenge? Seems like he's going with Seth, which is the match that I think most people want. So now you've got three people who could realistically win the Royal Rumble. And no one, I think I said this before, I think even about the Royal Rumble, where it's like, no one's going to be upset about it. No, people are always going to be upset no matter who wins, but you can see the reasoning behind each person winning between Punk, Rhodes, and Knight. Bronson Reed beat Ivar, which was once again just a very fun match. Those two have had a lot of just very hard-hitting matches recently, and they're just fun to watch. Kaden Chance and Katana Carter beat Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. The Miz and DIY beat all three members of Imperium, which I think is the first time Walter/Gunther has lost a TV match in a few weeks, I want to say, if not a couple months. And it's funny seeing Miz team up with Ciampa after their whole thing. What was that, last year? Or was that or just earlier this year when Miz and Dexter Lumis teamed up for like a hot second? Was that just this earlier this year? That felt so long ago. Anyway, the main event of Raw was Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which was actually the first time the two of them have ever wrestled each other, which is honestly really surprising that they have never wrestled each other before. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense since the two of them were never really in the same company at the same time, like ever, until Cody returned at WrestleMania 2 years ago. Yeah, Cody Rhodes returned at WrestleMania 2 years ago. The old days. He returned at 38, wrestled Seth. Main event at 39, wrestled Roman. So yeah, Cody's been back in WWE for 2 years now. Anyway, the match ended with Nakamura spraying Cody with the red mist, which resulted in a DQ, giving Cody the win. Which is weird. I feel like every other time a match has some kind of mist, whether it's Nakamura, Asuka, it doesn't end in DQ. I don't remember that happening. I feel like I don't remember a mist ever resulting in a DQ before. Ow. But, I mean, I get it, foreign substance, but I don't know, it just felt kind of random that that's how it ended. Oh, no, you don't. Use my own move against me? Ow. Oh, no. No, you don't. Here we go. Moving on to SmackDown. Uh-oh. What the heck happened there? That kip up somehow threw me into the announce table. Moving on to SmackDown. SmackDown began with the return of Roman Reigns after being off TV for a few weeks. He was immediately confronted by Randy Orton, who challenged him for a world title match at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, which Roman Reigns declined, because of course he did. So again, we've got another person in line for Reigns' title. We've got Cody, Knight, and now Orton, all making their bids for Reigns' title. Again, Royal Rumble's gonna be pretty interesting next year. Carmelo Hayes beat Grayson Waller to advance in the United States title tournament. Kevin Owens beat Austin Theory to advance in the same tournament, so both Waller and Theory are out of it, which, that was quick. So we might get Carmelo Hayes versus Kevin Owens, which that'll be interesting to see who they decide to go with. Hayes versus Paul for the US title, I could get behind that. That'd be a fun match. But I also don't like the idea of Carmelo Hayes losing to Logan Paul, which, I don't know, that could be the direction WWE goes, depending on how they're feeling about Paul. Or you get Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul, which in that case, I really hope they don't have Kevin Owens lose to Logan Paul. That's going to upset a lot of people if that happens, even if it's through cheating. I mean, ugh. Asuka and Kairi Sane, beat Zelina Vega and Mia Yim. We got the Kabuki Warriors back, which is fun to see. They won the match due to assistance from Bayley. Well, not due to assistance, but with some assistance from Bayley. Again, Bayley trying to get back in the good graces of Damage Control. And on a similar note, talking about the women's division, it was announced during the segment that the knee injury that Charlotte Flair suffered last week, A, was a legitimate injury, and B, is going to force her out of action for about 9 months, which sucks. I mean, I think I said this last week when, the injury was first reported. There was still that doubt of whether or not it was a legitimate injury or just her selling, the effects of the match. And then I think I even said it would suck if she was out for an extended amount of time, especially since we've got WrestleMania right around the corner. And now it basically seems all but confirmed that she's going to miss WrestleMania. And very well may not return until around Survivor Series of next year, which, ooh, again, that's just sucks. The main event of the night saw Randy Orton face Jimmy Uso. Towards the end of the match, LA Knight attacked Solo Sikoa, which gave Randy Orton the opening to hit the RKO on Jimmy to get the win. Afterwards, the Bloodline, led by Roman Reigns, beat down on both Orton and LA Knight until AJ Styles made his return, cleared the ring, took out Reigns, and then also attacked Knight before walking off by himself to close the show. So there's a lot to unpack there. First of all, the return of AJ Styles back to action, which is great to see AJ back. Taking out the Bloodline, okay, another good sign. Another person to put up against the Bloodline. But then him attacking Knight, Again, this just happened, so I'm not entirely sure what to make of it. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be AJ acting as heel, but I feel like if they were going to make AJ heel, they wouldn't have him attack Reigns in the Bloodline. This might just be AJ becoming like an anti-hero. Basically, he wants Reigns and he's going to take out anyone who gets in his way, whether they're allies of Reigns or not. But the fact that we've got Royal Rumble and WrestleMania coming up soon, having AJ specifically attack Knight, that makes me think that Knight's not going to win the Royal Rumble, not challenge Reigns or Seth for the world title at WrestleMania, and is instead about to enter a program with AJ that's going to take them both into WrestleMania. That's just my immediate reaction, because we've now got... Oh, hold on. Yeah, messed that one up, didn't you? Oh, come on. Hit my signature. No. Get off me. Ow. Oh no. Okay, we gotta reverse this. Gotcha. Oh, I thought I could throw him out. I think I could have. I was probably supposed to hit X, right? Instead of A. Next time. Dial it up. Cool. Whoop, here we go. So again, this is all just, literally this all just happened last night, so we have really no clue what the end game for this is going to be, or if there even is an end game planned. But I just find it interesting that they had AJ specifically attack Reigns and Knight, but not anyone else. Again, my immediate reaction is this is them setting up Knight's feud with AJ because he's not going to be the one to challenge Reigns at WrestleMania. That's my immediate reaction. Or maybe they have Reigns fight Orton at Royal Rumble, and then Cody wins the Royal Rumble, and then that's what goes into WrestleMania. Or maybe Punk wins Royal Rumble and challenges Seth. Again, that's the thing, because now we've got a few different people who can realistically win, and then whoever wins and challenges for a title, that leaves another title to get challenged for by anyone. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with this. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I make new videos all the time. Stay tuned for next week's Versus, and next week where we continue our Batman Arkham Asylum walkthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed. Guy01 and the Master of the 619, Rey Mysterio, signing out. Bye guys.